Now let's say we've been away from this form for a while that we created in video 1, and now we want to come back and edit it further. So you'd log into your Google Docs account, you'd find that spreadsheet or that form in your list. In this case it was called Practice Form, and I'm going to click on that. Now when you click on it, you'll see the spreadsheet again. You won't see the actual form, because remember, a form is a spreadsheet. So if I wanted to now edit the form further or add questions, I come up to Form, and then we would edit the form. You'll notice that that brings up another window, and then I can continue to edit. So here's where we left this form previously. We have 3 questions. We have a first name, a last name, and just an open-ended question with a paragraph text. Now, if I wanted to continue to add items, you'll recall that we went up to the upper left-hand corner of the form under Add Item, and I simply click on that and then decide which type of question I would like. You have multiple choices here, check boxes, choose from a list, and so on. Let's take multiple choice this time. Now, as soon as I've selected multiple choice down at the bottom, I have a question title, and I can say, what time would you like to eat? And then down here, at the bottom, I have option 1, might be noon. Click here to add another option. I'll put 11 a.m. and I'll do a late lunch here, and I'll put 1 p.m. Or 4 questions, or 4 options for an answer, I'll put now. Okay, and then I have to decide whether or not to make this a required question again, and then I click Done. You'll have to remember, as you work on these things, to go up in the upper right-hand side of your form while you're editing and click Save so that you save those changes. I will do that, and now it's saved. Now let's say I'm done editing this form for the moment. So I'm going to close this window where I'm editing the form, and now I'm back at the spreadsheet, which is, and remember, that's my form. It really is just a spreadsheet. Here's my first name, last name, that open-ended paragraph text question, and then what time would you like to eat? You see how I added this, how the form added this column as soon as I added that question. Now let's talk about sharing. In the upper right-hand corner, if I'm ready to share this, when I hover over the share button, it says it's private to only me, and I'm the only person that can access this form at this time. So let's look at some sharing options and talk about why you might want to share. So when I click on Share, something I should point out and make very clear that when I clicked on Share, what we're talking about here is sharing the results. In other words, who can see this spreadsheet? Who can see the results of who answered what and what their answers were? So what you're doing here by coming down here and adding people, you're giving them the option to either edit, or maybe you just want them to view the results on this spreadsheet. Okay, that's what I mean when I say share. Okay, and so right now it's set to private, and only the people listed below can access. So far, only me, and then I can add people if I wish. Now that may not be what you want to do. So I'm going to click Cancel, maybe, and then I'll click Done. Maybe you only want to share the results in another fashion. You don't want them to have access to this spreadsheet. So really consider those things when you click on Share. Within a form, when you say Share up in the upper right-hand corner, that means you're giving them access to this spreadsheet.